All right, so it should be obvious that the Most High is not happy with America. Again, what's happening? Hurricanes on the East Coast, burning up on the West Coast, and it's really raging and burning up. I remember California, if I'm not mistaken, I think they done passed something about making pedophilia legal. Looks like the Most High is answering too, because he's burning that place to the ground. People are becoming homeless. They're sleeping in parking lots at Walmart. Over here on this end, Lake Charles is all but decimated. I mean, totally leveled. No more city called Lake Charles, Louisiana, from that last hurricane. And there are at least 8 to 10 more tropical storms out at sea brewing right now. So one side of the coast is getting washed, the other side is getting purged by fire, literally getting burned. And it ain't just California. And then the protests, the civil unrest and everything. I mean, what would be considered as a sign today that something's wrong and somebody's not pleased, as opposed to us just, getting used to things just happening? Because if I go back 20 years ago, if I go back 30 years ago, none of this stuff ever happened. You never heard nothing about California burning up in almost every single year. And you did hear about tropical storms, but not like the way that it has intensified. Because, a lot of people saying it's HARP. A lot of people calling it control. Some people had pictures out there in California where they were shooting laser beams out of the sky. And it was actually starting the fires in these forests because it's really dry on the West Coast. I mean, you can start a fire out here on the East Coast right now in the wood line, and it'll die out. It's not going to burn it up because it's too green. It's just literally not going to burn it up. You can actually do it. You can make a controlled fire out here. Now, in the wintertime, they tell you no burning. They tell you real quick, no, you have to get a burn permit because it's dry and it's wet. America is under some serious judgment because we have literally become chaotically insane. We don't even know what is morally right and what is morally wrong today. The thing that used to be evil has now become good. And that which used to be good, it is now getting looked at as evil. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? What kind of world have we come to? And what kind of world are we living in now? It is off of the proverbial chain what's going on now. I mean, who's to say what's right and what's wrong? Who's to define what's right and what's wrong? Is there a right and wrong? Well, whether we want to realize there's a right or wrong or not, I do know this. I do know that California, New Mexico, Arizona, Oregon, they're getting burned up. People dying all over the place. Homelessness. The insurance companies ain't paying for this. I do know on the East Coast, especially, it seems like now, instead of the hurricanes going up the coast by Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and the D.C. area, they've all done hit Louisiana, Houston, Texas. I mean, they continue to keep going that way now. Well, I've always said get out of the cities. Now y'all see the reason why I talk about getting off the coastlines now? Now, I mean, if you're inward Florida, you're okay. I would get as much inland Florida closer to Georgia as I could and definitely stay away from the coastlines. But man, I tell you, America's under some serious divine judgment. Whether people want to wake up, smell the coffee, like it, lump it, see it or not, it's totally irrelevant. Fire and flooding is some serious judgment.